Okay, so if you've ever spoken to me, or you've ever, you've ever, looked at me or watched one of my TikToks or whatever, you probably know that I hate the Leatherstocking tales and that I'm an English nerd. I put those things in the order of how important they are to me, and how much I make them my personality. So, yeah, I hate the Leatherstocking tales. Do you know what those are? Probably not, if you are not leading a miserable life like me. I hate them because they suck. If you've never heard of them, you probably don't understand my rage surrounding them. So let me clue you in. There's a series of books, 5 of them, written between 18 between 1814, I think, 1823 and 1841. So yeah, that's a pretty big difference in time. If I would like to let it be known that if you are watching this video for English class or whatever, God forbid, you should go read an article about it, because I am not by any means knowledgeable about this stuff. If by whatever means you mean just go watch somebody who actually studied them instead of doing some bad research for academic team. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot about it. That's all I'm gonna say. Just don't be like me. But yeah. So you're probably thinking, wait, didn't you say they had a huge difference in when they were published? Yeah, they actually did. Good on you for catching that. If you didn't, I don't know what to tell you. Good on you for catching that, though, if you did. They're published over the span of 17 years, I think. Just 17 years. And that's a lot of time for a book series to be published over, especially when it only consists of 5 books. Now you're probably wondering, well, why did they do that? What was the point of that? Could it have been beneficial? It had to have been beneficial, right? No, it wasn't beneficial. They just did it. And you're probably, not they just did it in the way that it took him forever to write and, it would get more hype. No, he killed off the main character. And major spoilers, sorry. They killed off the main character. And then noticed he was getting a lot of popularity and decided to bring him back because people were asking for it. He was like, okay, I will. What's the significance of the Leatherstocking tales? Why do you know so much about these? You're probably wondering. That is because they are known as the first American novel, first truly American ones. The first book is The Pioneers. It surrounds this dude named Natty Bumppo. He's 40, I think, during the Pathfinders. I don't know about the rest of the book, but I do know during the Pathfinders he's 40. He's this dude, this American pioneer who lives in New York, and he is during his younger days he was known as the Deer Slayer because he would kill deer because he was kind of a jerk like that. Yeah, he was just kind of a jerk. He sucks. Sorry, that was rude. I'm not gonna take it back though because I hate the books. So he's just kind of a dude that's there. He's the main character of the book. I have to deal with him because I can't escape him. So the reason that I hate them so much is because they're really boring too. If you've never read them or even looked up an article about them, if you've never heard about them until this video, you're probably not gonna know that. But they got an entire diss track written about them by Mark Twain a couple years back. That is not. My wires got crossed. I was gonna say something about this graveyard, and then a couple years back, back when I was I don't know, 9 maybe, Mark Twain wrote an entire diss track. No. I meant that as I was gonna say something about the graveyard. Yeah, the graveyard made this a couple years back with my little brother because all of these are my pets. That's a horse. That's a cat. These are dogs. So I color coded them. Yeah, Mark Twain wrote a whole thing about how much he hated them. He was making fun of James Fenimore Cooper. Yeah, they're just there's not much to say about them because they're really boring. But there are so many questions about them on academic team tests. There are too many questions about them, one may say. I would say that knowing the names of them is very important. There's 2 series that are constantly brought up during academic team, for those of you who are unfamiliar, which is the Leatherstocking tales and the ones where it's just like them running, I don't remember what they're called, but they're brought up a lot. Hang on. The Canterbury Tales. So those are also brought up a lot. I don't actually hate the Canterbury Tales as much as I hate the Leatherstocking Tales, but that's because I don't study them, you know? Like, I don't really care. I should care more than I do, but, you know. So anyway, last night, I was up on Protoball at, like, 1 a.m. If you don't know what Protoball is, it is, like, a live question reader. It's very cool. If you are ever, like, really bored and you're like, I want something to do, I'll put a Protoball link, like, up on the screen, and I hang out in that so much. The room name that I'm always in is this. That's the room name, and the website is just that. You know? Ooh! Oh my god, doggy. But yeah, that's just the website. If you're ever bored and you want to come hang out with me on there, you are more than welcome to. It would be cool. You know? Yeah. I do language arts stuff. I had over 12,000 points in that room once. It's basically Quiz Bowl. I love Quiz Bowl. You know, Protoball, Quiz Bowl, both great. I like trash. So I'm, like, really good at trash and, language arts. By the way, my name in there is probably gonna vary, so, I'm telling you right now, it is very easy to impersonate somebody in there. So if somebody, like, goes in there and says, like, a slur or something, here's a hint. It's probably not me. And just a quick disclaimer. But yeah, that's about all I have to say during this video. You know, oh, you cannot jump. Oh god, you are pathetic. Whatever, you can live outside my house. You know, if you ever want to come hang out with me, you are very welcome to. I would appreciate it. It's cool. I'm like, you know, it's fun. I just kind of talk for a while. In there, like, if I'm playing, I just run questions. I do normally keep it on middle school trash, though, so middle school, high school trash, or current events, or language arts. But I really only do language arts like midnight, so I think you're good. During the school year, I will definitely be on Protoball a lot more, from, like, probably, like, 12, from, like, 8 to 3 not PST, EST, Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah. Thank you so much for watching if you watched all the way through this. I'll see you around. Bye!